Hi, my name is Caleb. I'm the head of coffee at Bear Lake Coffee Company in Bear Net, Wisconsin. We're very excited to introduce you to our at-home brewing series. Please follow along and enjoy learning how to brew coffee in your home. Welcome to Home Brewing with Bear Lake Coffee. Today we're excited to be brewing on the Miir standard carafe. This is a similar brewing apparatus to the Chemex, which is so popular at home. We like brewing on these for two very specific reasons over the Chemex. The first one you'll notice is that it is indeed not glass. So if you knock it off your counter, off the tabletop, this is not going to break. It is a double-wall stainless steel device, which also helps keep your coffee hot as you're enjoying coffee at home with your loved ones. We find that these are also great if you're out camping and you're enjoying the outdoors. They are available on the Bear Lake website along with the filters if you're interested in purchasing one of these. Today we're going to brew as a home pour-over style coffee. We're going to use Bear Net Blend, our flagship house coffee, a combination of El Salvador and Costa Rican coffees. This is going to be a 750 milliliter pour on our Miir standard carafe, and we're going to use 45 grams of coffee. We're going to weigh out our coffee, 45 grams, and grind on a medium coarse grind setting. Today we're grinding coffee off of a Baratza Encore grinder. Once our coffee is done grinding, we're going to take a filter out of the filter box. These are the same size filters as Chemex filters, and they will work in either the standard carafe or a Chemex if you have one at home. If you're new to this type of brewing, you open the filter, and there are 4 flaps within the filter that you can easily see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You will take one side and open it all the way up to form a cone shape and crease the edges of your filter. This will help your filter seat better inside of the carafe. Once you have your filter in place, you're going to take your water, which we are using at 200 degrees. Depending upon your elevation, your water temperature may change. If you're at lower elevations, you are likely going to use hotter water. If you're at higher elevations, especially up in the mountain areas, you are likely going to use water around 198 degrees. We're going to thoroughly wet your filter to help warm your carafe and to help keep the extraction from your coffee pour going down into the unit and not rising up your filter. Once your water drips out of your filter, gently remove the filter and empty the little bit of water that has collected in the bottom of your carafe. We're going to place our filter back and then take our coffee and gently pour it into the top of the filter. Once our coffee is in, we will gently shake until we have a nice, even grind bed on the top of our filter. We are now ready to brew. This is going to be a 4-pour brew on our standard carafe. The pours are going to be a 50-gram bloom at 30 seconds. We're going to then pour to 350 milliliters, 550 milliliters, and finally 750 milliliters. To start, we'll hit start on our timer and gently pour in the middle in a spiral motion 50 grams of water. And we're going to let that bloom for 30 seconds. When we've reached our 30-second mark, we will go back in with our water and fill all the way in a spiral motion to the edges of the coffee bed and back to the middle all the way until we reach 350 milliliters worth of water. It is important that as you pour water, that you do your very best to be as even as possible throughout the entire pour, not pouring too fast or too slow that can cause channeling within your coffee. Continue to pour in a spiral motion, working our way from the middle to the edges and back until we reach our desired 350 milliliter pour. You should be able to finish pouring your 350 milliliters at approximately 1 minute worth of brew time or 60 seconds. As our coffee begins to brew inside of the carafe, we are continually watching our water level at top of the grind bed. As water gets closer to the top of the grind bed and begins slowing down in its drip cycle, we will begin pouring the next pour of water into the carafe. Again, this third pour is going to take us to 350 milliliters inside of our carafe. As the water has now reached the grind bed, we are at approximately 2 minutes of time, And we are now going to pour water back into the center, spiraling back out to the edges of our carafe and back to the center until we reach our desired volume of 550 milliliters. You should finish pouring your 550 milliliters at approximately 2.5 minutes into the brew cycle. Again, as our water volume begins to seep closer to the grind bed, we will be going in for our final pour, our last 200 milliliters of water, up to 750 milliliters. We're going to start that pour at approximately 3.5 minutes into the brew time. At 3.5 minutes, we're going to pour back in. Again, we're going to continue to pour in our slow spiral motions to the edges and back to the center of our standard carafe until we reach 750 milliliters. You should finish pouring your 750 milliliters at approximately 4 minutes. We are now done pouring our water, and at this point, we are simply waiting for the carafe to continue to brew out and drip out. We should hopefully finish our brew time at approximately 5 minutes on a standard carafe. As we approach our 5-minute mark, our coffee will soon be down to the top of the grind bed, and we will just continue to wait for the coffee to drip through the filter. As you start being able to see the filters and the grind inside of the filter, you can gently raise up the edges of your filter to allow air to escape from the vessel and to allow the rest of the coffee extraction to finish throughout the brewing of your standard carafe. As we come to the final stage of the brew cycle on the standard carafe, please have a bucket or some sort of trash close to you so that you can dispose of the filter without dripping all over your countertop. Simply raise the filter up, let it continue to drip out, and slowly take the edges and pull them together to finish your extraction, and to then take your filter and dispose of it into a safe place. Now take our carafe, we pour into our cup, and we enjoy a beautiful pour over in your home. Thanks for hanging out with us today at Bear Lake Coffee Homebrew.